Greetings, my dear skeptics and victims of breakfast. Have you ever wondered that your kitchen is not just a place for morning coffee? It's a proving ground, a battlefield where the titanic forces of the universe wage their own petty, sneaky war against you personally. And the main victim in this war, your innocent, crispy toast. Today, in the section Hidden Facts in Physics, we will expose the truth that has been hidden from you. The truth about why your sandwich, with such evil, almost personal delight, always lands butter side down. You think it's an accident? Ha! It's a cold, calculated conspiracy. And it has names: gravity, rotation, and the traitor known as butter. Buckle up. It's gonna get messy and drippy. On today's topic, why does your toast always fall butter side down? Physics of hatred, or the law of meanness. Fact 1. The crime has been committed. Gravity's alibi. Let's start with the crime scene. Your kitchen table. Height approximately 75 centimeters. Seems trivial? It's a death trap. Why? Let's conduct a thought experiment. Your toast is not food, it's a projectile fired from a cannon named morning awkwardness. According to equations that physicists write in blood, chalk on a blackboard, the time it takes for an object to fall from height is calculated as T equals regular 2h per g. Don't be scared. It's just a scientific way of saying you have 0.4 seconds to realize the full depth of the coming nightmare. Only half a second, you'll naively think. Oh no, these 400 milliseconds are an eternity for the most elaborate act of domestic sabotage in history. This isn't falling time. This is a choreographic rehearsal for the perfect landing, face first in the dirt, or rather, butter side down. Fact 2. The rotation conspiracy, salto mortale of malice. So, the timeline is set, 0.4 seconds. What happens in this instant? A circus. Your toast doesn't just fall, it performs a pirouette. It does a salto. You drop it from the edge of the table. One side loses support first, and the toast begins to rotate, like an elegant but deeply unfortunate ballerina who just fell off a cliff. And here, His Excellency steps in. The law of conservation of angular momentum. Sounds complicated? In reality, it's simple. Once the toast starts rotating, it will keep doing so with the stubbornness of a mule, until it completes a turn of exactly 180 degrees. Yes, you heard that right. Not 179.5, but a perfect, satanically measured 180. Butter side down. This is the higher mathematics of hatred. Angular velocity, distance to the floor, everything is calculated so that at the moment of the splat, the side facing the ground is the very one you lovingly buttered. Physics doesn't just allow this to happen, physics demands it. Now, let's talk about the main traitor, the one you considered a friend, butter. You thought it was an innocent victim? Think again. Butter is a saboteur, a Trojan horse in the world of breakfast. Exposure number 1. The shift of the center of gravity. Butter isn't just tasty, it's heavy. By spreading it on one side, you yourself shift the toast's center of mass from its geometric center directly into this caloric epoch. Imagine trying to toss a dice where one face is made of lead. Guess which side it will land on. Exactly. Your toast is that dice. Butter is its lead lining. Its secret weapon against the cleanliness of your floor. Exposure number 2, the sticky effect. But butter doesn't just make it heavier, it's treacherously sticky. At the moment of impact with the floor, the buttered side, due to adhesion, that's a fancy word for stickiness, clings to the surface stronger This prevents the toast from bouncing and maybe flipping over to the other, less guilty side. No, it sticks, like a wet leaf to a naked back, like shame to a reputation. It lies there, staring at you with its buttery, smug face, and it almost whispers, "Well, who's mopping the floor now?" You've probably heard of Murphy's Law. If anything can go wrong, it will. Physicists, those cynical priests of reality, figured it out long ago. This is not a joke. This is a fundamental property of the universe. And the falling toast? It's its most vivid and insulting manifesto. Why? Because the number of states in which your breakfast goes down, literally, is always greater than the states in which everything is perfect. Think about it. Toast can land butter side up, butter side down, on its edge, vertically on its end, but the butter side down options. Statistically overwhelming majority. The universe strives for chaos, for increased entropy, and your ruined rug, your ruined morning. It's just a tiny candle on the altar of the great and indifferent god of entropy. It's easier for the toast, simpler, more natural, to fall butter side down. It's the path of least resistance for the universe and the path of maximum annoyance. For you, physics isn't evil. It's just rudely indifferent to your problems. Now, let's tear ourselves away from your stained rug and look at the stars. It turns out this domestic tragedy has truly cosmic parallels. Did you know that engineers seriously considered this principle for satellites? One absolutely insane idea was to coat one side of a spacecraft with a layer of peanut butter. The logic was simple, ingenious. Upon impact with a micrometeorite, the satellite would guaranteed flip over, with its protected buttered side facing the strike. The project, fortunately for space janitors, remained just an idea, but the thought itself is staggering. The very same principle that ruins your breakfast could have saved a multi-million-dollar device in orbit. Gravitational meanness is universal. It works just as effectively in your kitchen as it does in the void of space. You think I made all this up? Think again. This phenomenon wasn't studied by just frustrated housewives. In 1991, a real scientist, Robert Matthews, conducted a large-scale study. He collected data from thousands of toast falls. I can only imagine how he explained this to the grant committees. And you know what? His findings are shocking. Under domestic conditions, from a standard table height, toast does, in the overwhelming majority of cases, land butter side down. His work even earned him an Ig Nobel Prize, the award for the most insane and hilarious scientific achievements. But within this madness, there is logic. It proves the problem isn't you. The problem is fundamental constants. You're not clumsy. You're a participant in a grand experiment conducted by nature itself. So, the conspiracy is exposed. The enemies have been named. What now? How do we beat the stem? Option 1 guerrilla tactics. Lower the table height to 10 centimeters. At this distance, the toast simply won't have time to perform its villainous somersault. Sure, eating bent over like a pretzel is a dubious pleasure, but hey, sacrifices must be made. Option 2. Technological solution. Attach the toast to your wrist with a thin but strong chain. It blurs the line between human and food tamer, but it's effective. Option 3. Architectural revulsion. Glue an even stickier surface to the floor, butter side up. Let them fight each other. Too bad, this doesn't solve the problem. It just creates a surface war on your kitchen territory. OPONTOO. The most radical. Accept it. Eat your toast hovering over the plate or the sink. Shocking, right? But this deprives life of that dramatic tension, that moment when you challenge the universe itself and lose. You are alone, and it is in cahoots with the fundamental forces of the universe, statistics, and possibly your cat, who will immediately come to sniff the prey. So, next time, your morning masterpiece, with a dull, offensive thud, lands on the floor with its most expensive and dirtiest side down, don't curse fate, don't scream. Just sigh with a sarcastic smile. Pick it up. Look at that butter stain, that tiny galaxy of grease on your kitchen floor. And remember, now you know the truth. You weren't just unlucky. You witnessed the work of a ruthless, precise, and slightly vulgar mechanism of the universe. You saw a hidden fact in physics in all its glory. This has been Archive of Hidden Facts. Knowledge is power, even if that power can't save your rug. Like, subscribe, and may your toasts always fall, well, you know. Actually, no, better if they don't. With you was your host, skeptic and victim of gravity, Svetlana. Until next time, and even more shocking revelations.